Hey guys, it's Jay Calderon with 12rounder.com, and I'm here giving you the aftermath to the Manchester show at the Phones For You Arena, headlined by Scott Quigg taking on Stephane Jamoye. It was a pretty expected result in the main event of that card. Quigg effectively just broke down his opponent systematically, as he said in the post-fight interview, and really dug in some beautiful body shots. I even said aloud when that right hand that ended the fight landed, wow, that was just a beautiful, beautiful right hand to the body. That being said, it was against limited opposition, so, what can you really make of it? Nonetheless, dominant performance, and it does potentially set up a huge domestic fight between Carl Frampton, a domestic fight that has world-level implications, which is always the best sort of domestic fight. And, hopefully we can obviously see that later on. It was very difficult to get much to, detract from Quigg in terms of this performance, because it wasn't like he was up against any sort of world beater. That being said, it's one of those sort of fights where you got to do what you're supposed to do, and Quigg did it. We also saw Joshua step up, at least facing a more experienced fighter in Konstantin Erich. Erich put up a bit of a fight, a little more resistance. He lasted to the third round. First time Joshua was extended to that point. That being said, it was pretty much all the same. And Joshua showed a bit of spite, a bit of a mean streak in him, which I like, not too bad. He's relaxing a bit more in the ring. He needs to stop posing in between his shots. I believe I even posted that on Twitter. But that being said, he is relaxing a lot more and showing signs of improvement. And again, it's a work in progress. He says that himself, so nothing too bad about that. Pretty solid win. Improves to 8-0 with 8 KOs. Always good to see a heavyweight doing things like that. Anthony Crawler versus Gamaliel Diaz was a fight that really never got started after 3 rounds, right at the end of the third round, as a matter of fact. An accidental clash of heads leaves the fight going to a technical draw, and really nothing much happening. It's, one of those sort of fights where it might as well have not happened. In any event, who knows what would have happened, but I can see Crawler being a name, having some, potential, especially on that side of the pond. Maybe getting a big fight later on, or, at least getting a shot at potentially a world title down the line. But it really is a shame for both, especially from Crawler's perspective, as he seems to have been knocking on the door of a world title shot for the last couple of fights now, and it just hasn't necessarily been able to peel off for him. But in any event, the fight really got started. Really never got started, I should say, and, that's what you're sort of left with after that. Scott Cardle picked up a win against Kurt Gooding, wiping him out in less than a round, and in probably the fight of the night, Sam Eddington won a war against, not probably for the record, it was, against Denton Vasil. Vasil put up a fight. He seemed to be getting to Eddington after being badly hurt early in the fight, but they both fought on bravely until finally a big shot from Gooding ended matters, I believe, in the 8th, and that was pretty much that. It's one of those fights that has more domestic than world-level implications, but that being said, Gooding's the sort of guy that, could at least give a couple of guys on the come-up, or that are at domestic level, a pretty good run for their money, and so, be interesting for a couple of fights at the very least to see what Eddington is, I apologize if I've been saying Gooding, what Eddington is going to be able to do in his next couple of fights. In any event, tell me what you think about the fights, give me your thoughts, how wrong were you, how right were you? What do you want to see for the fighters coming up? All that good stuff. Share the video. Subscribe, of course. Like, comment, and tell me what you think below. And, of course, hit me up on Twitter at 12rounder boxing. And until next time, enjoy the fights.